A lot of these guys, they really competed. After a couple early shots weren't crazy of, they ended up with 21 assists on 23 field goals. They started to really get it. Wyoming did a nice job with their zone. They were active in it, and our guys kind of started to figure it out, especially late, and figure out the key areas that we wanted to attack, and end up shooting 50% in that second half. Was big, and we started to concentrate more on getting inside and paint touches and the things that we really try to focus rather than kind of taking the first open three. And I think it kind of changed the game. And then, obviously guys made free throws down the stretch and took care of the ball. So it was a very, very big win for us. Well, I mean, the toughness, that was kind of the post-game speech. I was just so proud of those guys' toughness. Jerome, hasn't been practicing, kind of doing non-contact stuff, even, and just walk-through shoot-around stuff. So he gave us 24 hard minutes. Hits those 6 threes, especially a couple of them clutched down the stretch. I mean, he gave everything we had. And, continuing to kind of shut him down and save him for these moments. But incredible toughness. I mean, Big Zim, I think, went wire to wire the second half. I tried not even to look at him. We were going to let him go until he, but he gave everything he had. He ran the floor, was presence in the paint, and, get a couple blocks, rebounds. He was tough in there, and he forces the defense to collapse. So, incredible toughness from those two. Getting through that, Ike got a little banged up on that dive, and continue to battle through it, and it was a gritty performance from a number of them. Well, it changed. We've had a couple of days now of full contact to kind of adjust. It changes things defensively. Just from a scheme standpoint, but what it does is it gives us another shot blocking presence in there, and then on the offensive end, it forces he draws so much attention. It really collapsed Wyoming's defense. They have to account for him when he gets the ball deep in the paint, and he's such a good passer. He's able to find people. So, it really changes the entire outlook. We kind of go from we can still play small and spread it out, but it gives us that other anchor in the middle that people need to be cognizant of. Yeah, well, it was just going to be a matter of, we felt good. He's been, chomping at the bit to play. He's a very competitive kid, with his teammates out there. I mean, he's just been bugging us, dying to get out there. Despite popular belief, that he's been doing everything, and we've been very conscientious of making sure that the time is right, that he's back at full strength. And so we had 2 great days of practice, and we were just making sure that there wasn't going to be any side effects. But there wasn't, and he went hard the last 2 couple days of practice, a ton of reps against a pretty good, scout team big and Crystal Bepka. Well, we want to be, always, where we do a lot of ISOs and those type of things, but they did a good job kind of hiding him in the zone, and he's a very smart player. I mean, just a terrific basketball player, but I think once we were able to get the ball in transition a little bit in that stretch, we were able to kind of attack his feet a little, and he had to do what he had to do competitively to try to prevent things. So it was hard to necessarily go at him, especially when they're in their zone, but just a terrific player, and the play that he made on the ball with Derek, just 2 phenomenal athletes that were playing above the square. I mean, just incredible effort even on that breakaway. I mean, he continues to evolve. I mean, the improvement in Derek from day one to now is just astronomical. I mean, to his credit, he's been a sponge. He loves to learn. He's so coachable, and it's really paying off. And for a freshman that's particularly young as Derek is, he's played 4 different positions on the season, and it's a lot of overload, and he continues to kind of digest it, put the extra time in, and 23, 9 rebounds, 11 for 13 free throws, 4 steals, a couple assists. I mean, just a phenomenal performance. and then he makes that, that late block was huge, and his upside is through the roof.
Talk a little bit about how the guys responded down the stretch, especially when Adam was going off there in the last few minutes, and then they took the lead, and you guys just willed your way back into it, never looked back after that.
Well, it's a testament to where these guys have grown and come from. We've been on the wrong side of some close games in the past, and they've continued to grow and learn how to finish. And we talk about winning plays all the time in the huddle. We talk about how to finish games, the shots that we want down the stretch, and they really executed perfectly. I mean, they got great looks at it, and they rebounded. We had a little stretch where I think we had 4 of our 5 guys that got on the floor in one possession, flying around, diving, and they scratch and claw, and they want to win badly.
What was the plan defensively regarding Adams, and how much does having Zimmerman back change what you guys can do on defense?
Well, Zimmerman allows us to have a little bit of an anchor. Gives you a shot blocking presence. So as a guard, it gives you a little more confidence to be aggressive on the ball. But like an Adams, much of his game is such a one-on-one game. And it's, with all the shooters on the floor, it's hard to double off of anyone particularly, and it's really hard to overly gap. We gapped a little bit off everybody except for McMahon and kind of down the stretch, try to at least make him be a passer. But some of those shots that he makes and on a couple of our very good defenders were just big-time player shots.
How important is it to have this week off now?
I mean, when you initially look at the schedule, you're kind of not crazy about having a bye toward the end. You kind of want it during the season to break up the whole rush. But having it now obviously couldn't be a better time. I mean, they're going to have a couple days off here real quick, mixed in, and it's going to let some guys get some treatment, let the guys get their legs back under them because they've been playing just a tremendous amount of minutes, and the toll that it takes on them mentally, physically, is hopefully these couple days will refresh them and give us a punch for the home stretch.
You're 12-3 at home, only lost 4 here. Is that something you can, I guess, take with you and an encouraging force as you play here for the conference tournament?
Absolutely. I think the guys feel real comfortable here, and for whatever reason, we shoot better. We have a little more zip in our step and all those things. So that hopefully, this is the year that we can kind of take advantage of that.
Talk a little more about we got the Mountain West Conference coming up. How are your players dealing with it in the locker room? How are you guys doing? You guys talking about it, stuff like that?
We started to talk about it a little bit. We talked about just in terms of the importance of this game. We wanted to touch on what seeding and different paths that may be the case, but we don't get too far ahead of ourselves ultimately. But a little earlier in the week we talk about, hey, this is the significance of these games and what it means going forward, and then but we really try to emphasis on staying in the moment, which has kind of been a big thing for us. We're not trying to look too far ahead in any way, shape, or form.
Pat with 9 assists and 4 turnovers tonight. It seemed like he really rode with the point guard position spot. Talk about his performance and what he meant.
Well, Patrick's such a cerebral player. I mean, he fills up his stat sheet, does all that little stuff. We asked him to chase around Adams, which is tremendously difficult, and then kind of run that spot, and take a little bit of pressure off Jerome, who's gutting it out, and Pat did. When shots weren't necessarily falling, and he adapts his game because he's very smart and finds guys, and he's a great passer, puts it on their hands, and he's a guy that can make a 30% shooter into a 40% shooter because of his ability to get people open. All right. Thank you.
It was great. Sitting out was really killing me, and I know my team wanted me back and everything, so I was just really happy to be out there and try to give it all the energy I had.
Jerome Senior back with you. You've only been here a year, but what did it mean for you to go out there and play the way you did and get the win on the last game?
Just being here, going through this year with these guys, it just meant a lot, just from the ups and downs and just going through adversity. So it was definitely one to remember.
When you don't practice the past couple days, and you come out and hit those three-pointers, how important is that as far as getting your rhythm going?
I don't think it really correlates. It's just to go out there and just shoot the ball.
You must have been feeling pretty good though at that point, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Had a little heat check too far a little bit. Coach Ogman talked to me about it.
Did that start to make a difference at the end? You hit a couple big threes and gave your team the lead for good. Did that start playing a role as far as down the stretch, as far as feeling the confidence?
Yeah, just shooting every shot with confidence and basically knowing that you can make it. That's all I think about in my head.
Stephen, any effect of the injury during the course of the game or now?
No, I don't think so. Besides that, my legs are really skinny, and I had to keep pulling up my brace. Other than that, no.
Zim, it seemed like you didn't get a lot of touches down low early, almost like they forgot that they had a big guy in there again. But in the second half, you seemed to have a lot more of a presence on the offense.
Yeah, Coach Ogman was telling me to stay patient, to keep calling out screens and doing the other things that I have to do, and they'll make sure that I get the ball and everything. But as long as we're winning, it doesn't matter to me anyway.
You got 10 rebounds first half. How important was that as far as your getting back after being gone?
That was a really big thing. Just remembering the physicality part of it.
Is the team better from when you got injured to now? Are you seeing growth in your team?
Yeah, because of course, it's like what Jerome said. We've been through a lot, and you can see it on the court and our maturity and everything. And once things got close and Adam started hitting those threes and everything, we stayed poised and finished strong.
For both of you guys, where are you guys' minds at the conference tournament coming up?
Just going into the tournament, hopefully we get the right seeding, and we know we're capable of beating anybody. We just got to take the right approach and be mentally ready.
Feel like you could use this week off?
I definitely could.
I'm good. I had a couple weeks off.
That's your problem. Too many weeks.